Hi everybody, Alex Deploy here from Expert Forex, and in today's video we're going to be talking about the hedged EA, that is trading in the print money zone. So this is a concept that we'll cover in this video, very important one. It doesn't only apply to the hedged EA, but it is an important one to understand for the success of your Forex trading career. The other great thing is that you can download the hedged EA today, and I'll give you information on how to do that. So one of the concepts that we are going to be covering in this video is the trading and investment life cycle, which is highly misunderstood by traders, especially new traders. And I also fell into the same trap as not understanding the print money life cycle. So here is the print money life cycle. So what happens when you start a new EA or a new strategy or a new investment process on day one, and there is day one, your risk is at its highest because you haven't earned any money, but you can potentially have a big drawdown on very quickly within that technique. So there's your highest risk. And then while you're in this high risk zone, while you're starting to build up your earnings, and to the point where your earnings are over the maximum drawdown limit, you are in a high risk zone. Now, the problem with that is that a lot of traders start a new technique. They don't realize they're in this high risk zone. So naturally, equity will be negative during that particular period. But what then happens is, as your income grows, it outgrows the risk of your maximum drawdown. And that is when you are printing money. You are just literally printing. So you never have negative equity, and income exceeds the drawdown potential. So that is where you want all your trading to happen. Now, it does take a bit of time for your income to grow to the level that it is exceeding your maximum drawdown level for a particular technique or a particular robot. Now, I'm going to give you some examples of that to give you a better feeling of how this works. So we have a link to success service. You can basically link your account to that of a successful, proven robot trader. And here's the portfolio that you can link to. Now, this is a very successful portfolio. Look at the close profits, almost 700,000. The floating loss is 54,000. Now, what has happened, if you remember the graph, the accounts have gone into the print money zone, and they are literally printing money, and the profits are covering the potential drawdown level quite strongly. So here's an example of a portfolio that has reached that particular level. And if you want more information about the link to success service, there is a link. A clickable link will be in the description of the video as well as in the commentary of the video. But one rule about printing money is, and this is a very important rule, you need to understand this rule very carefully, you always start in the highest possible risk when starting a new strategy or linking to a successful account or starting a new EA. Your risk is at the highest. You must always, even if you're following a successful trader, your risk is that because you are on day one, you have not accumulated the profits to cover the highest potential risk that there is in this trading technique. Very important concept, and we get that all the time. Oh, I'm not achieving the results that you are achieving on your account, and that is because you must probably 60 or 70 days behind this crossover level. You are still in the danger zone. So This is a very important concept. You do have to have a lot of patience to wait until you trade out of this, because when you are out of that zone, it is Forex trading heaven. You are printing money. And as we've seen with the linked accounts, those accounts are literally printing money because they've covered their high drawdown risk level. Now, when we come to the topic of this video, which is the hedged EA, what we do with the hedged EA, and this is an extract from the marketing page, is that we supply traders with the exact settings that we're using on each account. So firstly, if you're a hedged EA trader, you have tested and proven settings available to you. Then we show you the results of these particular settings. Now, here is where the concept comes in. If you look over here, the maximum drawdown so far, and what we do is we look at the maximum drawdown over the last 2 months, not the life of the account, and I'll explain why not. And there you can see the maximum drawdown on this particular account was $3,000. But the closed gains, in other words, that line that you saw going up, is at a level of $9,000. So the gains have exceeded the maximum drawdown levels tremendously, and that account is in a print money zone. Now, the sad thing is, if you say, oh, this is a fantastic account, I want to now start trading it, remember, you are on day one. This account is, in fact, on day 221. So that is why it has reached the print money zone. So this is where the having patience pays off, because in the beginning, believe me, those ratios did not exist. In fact, drawdowns were most probably more than bank gains for a long time. And in general, for an EA like this, it can be from 6 to 8 weeks. That is what the normal cutover period for this type of EA. But once it's over that hump, it produces amazing results. Look at this. Maximum drawdown of that, look at the results there. Maximum drawdown there, look at those results. They are printing money. All of these accounts are literally printing money. But it took, and if you look at the ages, 200, 200, or 200, 200, they're all pretty mature. They're mature accounts. There are a few young ones here, but you can see the difference is not that dramatic. There, 73. Again, you can see the differences are not dramatic at all. The younger the account, the more risk there is in terms of that ratio. But as it gets into the 6 to 8 week level, then the cutover happens and you start going into the printing of money mode. So in particular, why is the hedged EA performing so well? Firstly, we've introduced a pruning function, a number of pruning functions, in fact 3 of them. We are introducing another pruning function which is being tested on our lucky trader, which I'll talk about later, and that is why this one has improved dramatically over the last, and I would say 4 weeks. There's been a dramatic increase in profitability. There's been an increase in profitability due to currency selection. We've been able to refine currency selection to be more balanced and more in line with the volatility of the currencies. There is a built-in hedging function, but that is also being refined in terms of the settings relating to the hedging. Then we've refined position sizing. Position sizing, very important. If you get this wrong, you can blow your account. If you get it wrong, you can also experience very low profitability. So position sizing, very important. And all of these things are reflected in the settings as they are at the moment. And then we constantly review the settings. This weekend, I reviewed 50 of the hedged EA settings and made changes to improve income but reduce risk. And just to remind you again, there it is. If you start trading the hedged EA, you will be at day 1. You will not be at day 220, and you will have to wait about 60 days, or sometimes it's a month, where the income exceeds the maximum drawdown level. Only then do you get into this print money level. But once you're there, traders will tell you it is the most fantastic thing. In fact, let's go back to the linking service chart. And you'll see, here's a comment here. I grew a small $3,000 account to $23,000 from January to May. So it's January, February, March, April, May. That's 5 months. So what happened with this person? They got past the high risk time and they went into a print money zone. Now, just a reminder, you can still download the Lucky Trader. It's a free robot. You can trade it for 30 days and experience these fantastic results that we are currently experiencing with our robots. Another reminder is that we are still running our 80% off special on a bundle of our very best robots, and you can see the expert hedge robot is number 1 in that bundle, so you can buy it for 80% off. While I'm on pricing, we will be increasing our pricing by about 10% in the next few weeks, so don't get a surprise when you see a big jump in pricing. Now, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope you've learned something from the concept of a trading life cycle or an investment life cycle, and why you have to be so patient to wait until you get out of the danger zone and go into the print money zone. And traders that are in the print money zone will tell you it is the best zone to be in. As always, links to items mentioned in this video will be in the description of the video as well as in the first commentary. So from me, Alex Eploy, cheerio.